Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Robel and today I'm going to show you how I created this 3D text animation in After Effects. And if you're interested in a project file and also want to support me, head on to my Patreon and you can find all the assets and projects. So without further ado, let's jump right into the tutorial. Okay, first thing here is we import our clip in our composition, and as you can see my composition is a little bit too long for me, so I'm going to trim it, and I'm going to right click and trim comp to work area. Then after that I'm going to have a clean plate to work with. So just select your clip, then go to tracker, then track camera. But if you can't find the tracker, you can go to Windows and you can find a tracker, and once you click it, you'll find this panel. Then After Effects is going to take its time and track our whole clip. So I'm going to meet you guys after the tracking has been done.
A few moments later.
Okay, now our footage has been tracked, and as you can see we have little points here, and if you can't see them you can increase the tracking point size here. If you make them bigger, you can have a better view of the points that are made. And as you can see, it's making a plane on the sidewall or at the bottom in the ground. So this is mainly the main thing we'll be working on. So how do we make the text? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to select some part where we want our text to be. So for example, here on the sidewall, when you find the points, just press right click on it and create a text and a camera. Okay, now the text is created here, and you can adjust the text to however you want it to be. Let's say here I want it to be a how. Don't mind the size, we will adjust it later. So for example, do you want? So we want this sentence here. So I'm just going to select it here on our text panel. You can reduce the size of the pixels to something smaller, to whichever you like. So just try to adjust it, and if it's not enough, just press S. While selecting the layer here, just press S and you can adjust also the scale this way. And so let's make it a little bit bigger now. Okay, and once we have the text is on the size we want, we also want to adjust the alignment. So on the Z-axis I'm going to just adjust it a little bit, and also on the X-axis so that it fits on the wall right there, and on the Y-axis I'll make it a little bit something like this. Okay, so after we do that, I think it kind of looks good in my opinion. So how do we make the animation where the text is appearing based on the words, like the one you saw on the first intro? For example, let me just open what's already been made. For example, here as you can see, it's the text is coming, do is coming up, and then it's going gradually. So I want to make this effect like this. So how do we do that? It's really easy. So the first thing you're going to do is open up the layer like this by pressing this, and you will have this animate button here. So click on it, and once you click on it, you will have a bunch of things to select from. So just select the position and also select the opacity. Okay, so on this animator we have a range selector, a start, and an offset. So here is where the magic happens. So we wanted the animation to start from here up to, let's say, few frames somewhere here, and we're going to increase it to 100 here. So the animation will happen between here. Here, as you can see on the position, we only see the X and Y positions. There is no 3D, but we did turn on the 3D layer here, as you can see. But why are we not seeing it? It's because on the animate, we haven't enabled character 3D. So just make sure to enable this, and then now we have the position from X, Y, Z. So this is what we are going to do. So on the y-axis, just reduce the animation to be somewhere here. And to make this gradual effect on the opacity, make sure to just reduce the opacity to 0. And once it's up there, then it will have this fade effect. As you can see, the animation is working. Let me zoom in a little bit just to have a better view. The animation is working, but it's animating only the individual characters. So the way we change it is on our animator, go to the advanced view and change the characters to words. And then now if we look back in, it will, After Effects will automatically detect which words to animate, and we can make this animation really easily. So basically this is the main point to do here. So if we also want to add another text, let's say on the right side of the wall, what we're going to do is select the bottom layer with 3D track, select on the 3D tracker here, and create another text layer on the plane here. So once you get this, right click and then create text. And when you create text here, you can do basically the same stuff, adjusting the size and everything. For example, let's make it a little bit smaller, something like this. Obviously, you can change the fonts and whatever you want here. You can adjust the x-axis, y-axis, and also you can even drag it a little bit somewhere here or in the y-axis. But instead of doing the animation again and again, what you can do here is open up your previous text animation on the animator, just Ctrl+C, copy it, and you can actually paste it into your new animation layer. So just paste it there, and then it will automatically create a keyframe for you. For example, here we have it. So look. So we don't need to do the animation again and again. We can actually copy and paste it like this. So now the only thing left here is how did I do this ground walking? For example here, while the text is appearing on the bottom here, I basically walked on the text. So how do we do that? It's really easy too. So the way we do it is zoom out a little bit to make it fit, and let's create a text again. Let's say here on the ground plane, create a text and say something like, create something like After Effects. Don't worry, we will reduce the size here, press the scale and reduce the scale like this, and adjust the X and Y axis like this, so you can even make it even more smaller somewhere here. My font is a little bit weird, so I'm going to change it to something simple, like say, yeah, and I don't want this, the stroke, so let's do it this way. In the stroke, let's say 0.1, and we have this here, and make it even bigger a little bit. Okay, now we just made this. Yeah, it's just refining the text. And once I walked inside it, as you can see, it's in front of me. So the way we can fix this is rotoscoping. So press on the bottom layer, press Ctrl D to duplicate the layer and move it up in the top layer, and delete the 3D camera because we don't need it here. So after we delete it, just rotoscope, press here, get your roto brush, click on it inside, and basically try to trace your subject here. In my case, select your roto brush and generally roto brush everything. Yeah, and press Alt to remove your selection and just try to find your selection in your roto brush. And After Effects is really smart, so it can take care of the rest of the stuff, but the first selection has to be perfect. Okay, this looks good to me. So after you finish selecting it, press freeze, and After Effects will generally rotoscope the subject from our footage. So I'll meet you guys after the rotoscope is finished. Okay, now our rotoscope is finished. So if we go back from our layer to the main composition, we can see that now I am rotoscoped out. So as you can see now, I am working on the text here. Zoom in a little bit just to show you. here now, I'm working on the text because of the rotoscope. So it's really an easy and effective way to do this. And to also make the After Effects text animated, you can also copy and paste like we did with the rest of them. So let's say go to the stacks, to here, and you can get the animator and you can press Ctrl C and you can copy it. Or if you don't want to drill down like this, you can just basically press U 2 times and then you can actually find the animator straight away. So just copy it, and after you copy it, paste it on our new text layer, select and then paste it, and then now it will be animated. So let's take a look. Now it's going. Yep, it works. So this is how you are going to basically animate and add the text. You can basically take this to a whole nother level by refining your text and adding a different kind of animation, but the basic principles are this. Well guys, this is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it and you got some value out of this video. And if you do, make sure to like and subscribe. It will mean the world to me. And I'll see you guys in a different day, a different concept, and bye.